Ready to go skiing? I took a terrible fall skiing and I hurt my shoulder very badly. Extremely painful for one day, but then I learned to gradually live with the pain and it faded. I did not want to have surgery. If I could live with it, it was good enough. And I lived with it. I like anything that's active. I ride a bike, I work in the gym, I ski, I water ski, I sleigh ride, I do anything that's fun. I was in Mexico playing tennis with my daughter-in-law and my son, and I was running backwards for a serve, to return a serve. And I flipped and I crushed my shoulder. And that pain was unbelievable. I would have rather had 10 more kids than sit through that pain one more time. Yeah. And the minute I could get to a phone, I called Dr. Alchek and I said, I've got a problem with my shoulder. I think I broke it. I mean, I've had surgery on both my knees, I guess 3 times through ski racing. It's not a good sport for knees, you know, but never on my shoulder. But I had heard such horror stories about the recovery being the worst and from credible people who had lived it. And so I didn't want to go through that pain. I was scared to death. But I had no choice. I had no life left. I wasn't going to be able to do my work the way I was accustomed to doing it, never mind my play. I couldn't appear on a set with a lame shoulder. I have to use my arms. I saw it as a career ender. I was frightened to death.
She couldn't lift her arm. She had night pain. She had weakness. And, you know, I offered her this as an alternative to a superior capsular reconstruction, and she thought this was great. This InSpace balloon is the biggest single step forward that I've experienced in the last several years. There's no question that patients who have this irreparable kind of cuff tear, loss of function, night pain, you do this relatively simple procedure and they have like a remarkable recovery. So my expectations were that she was going to get back to full motion, not have any significant pain, and have adequate strength in the shoulder so she could resume her active lifestyle.
Before the surgery, I couldn't do many of the day-to-day tasks, the things people take for granted. Putting my mascara on, I only could do it on my left eye. I couldn't stack dishes on a sink, out of a sink in a dishwasher. I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't do so many things. It was amazing how quickly I was debilitated. That was so shocking. And I thought I was old and I better accept it. I had probably one bad day after surgery where I felt pain. By the second day and one sleepless night, I was good to go. I had certain exercises I had to do with bands to pull my shoulders back, but in the sling. I had repetitions that I did 4 or 5 times a day, but I was very consistent on it. Maybe a month after surgery, I remember I took my sling off to empty my dishwasher, and I realized I could lift a plate up to the second shelf where the plates belong. For the first time, even since my first injury, I couldn't do that. And so I could lift a plate up, and I felt like throwing them in the air and celebrating. I would advise someone with shoulder pain to ask your surgeon if you're a viable candidate for InSpace surgery. I had my surgery in January 2022, and I'm going to go skiing for the first time. I can't wait in December 2022. I almost find it hard to say I ever had a shoulder problem.
Wow.
I think I'm 150%.
I like that.
You
I
got
like
it.
that.